Hello. Episode 3? Yeah, episode 3 of Voice of Wrestling Quiz Night. Welcome. We're actually starting at past, but preamble while we all get in here. I'll be reading both the Twitch chat and the Discord chat. You can find a link to the Discord below. Under the stream, there's a big Discord icon logo. Click it, you get an invite to the Discord. What else do I need to cover beforehand? Participation. Yes, so this is an interactive quiz. And the way we're doing that is, if you weren't here last week, we're pulling people in from the Discord. Whoever does best answering questions there gets to come on the show through the Discord's voice call feature. My beverage of choice, well, I'm a non-drinker, Fanflare. Well, I do drink liquid, but not alcohol. So I'm currently enjoying some premium orange Robinson squash. Good shit, yeah. Yeah, so if you do want to be on the show today, then you're gonna have to get in the Discord. And as I said, basically the way it works is we're gonna have like I'm gonna throw a question out there called a crowd call. Whoever answers it right first, they can then come on the show. I'll move them from there into the voice channel. Then I'll get to answer 10 questions, and if I can just bring up the leaderboard, there we go, very fancy. They will then go on the leaderboard, and the top performers of the week will then get a chance to move on in the tournament. Let me bring that up. There we go. Yes, so we are in the second week of the World's Hardest Quiz Determination League. So last week, Liam McCann was our glorious winner, getting almost every single question right in the New Japan section of the quiz. He topped the leaderboard, so he'll be moving on, as you can see, into the semi-final. Lee came second, which means he's been moved over into the Battle Royal, which will kind of be like a last chance qualifier to get into the semi-final. This week we're doing the B block, so we're going to have 4 more rounds of crowd calls. 4 more people are going to get to come on the show, show their quizzing might, get on the leaderboard. It's over there. And yes, again, top performer will move into the semi-final. Second place into the Battle Royal. What else should I cover? Topics for today. Ring of Honor, specifically the Gabe era of Ring of Honor. TNA, which Garrett Kidney, of Voice of Wrestling fame also, and also TNA's Twitter and other social media stuff. helped me with that round, so that'll be a premium quality round. Got the actual experts in rather than just me writing the quiz for that one. Third round, WrestleManias. Questions ranging from the recent WrestleMania all the way back to the first one. And then finally, one on Tokyo Dome shows. So not just New Japan shows in Tokyo Dome, but any wrestling show that's taken place at the Tokyo Dome. As I punch my mic, should probably not do that. What time is it? We've got 8 minutes before we start. So, as I said up front, maybe some of you haven't seen, I'll be reading both the Twitch chat and the Discord chat, but the Discord chat is the one you want to be in if you want to actually be participating in the quiz. Hello, John. Welcome to the stream. You don't have your Andrew Rich timing this time. For those of you who maybe haven't heard that story, Andrew Rich, also a part of the Voices of Wrestling staff, showed up for an Evolve show at Mania weekend. I think his train was delayed or something, or he literally walked in as soon as the free count was happening in the main event, which was perfect timing. Perfect timing. John did that last week for this quiz. Maybe they're a little less upset than Andrew Rich was, but this time they're here on time, so... Let me see how many people we got. Okay. I feel like I should probably be saying something else before I start because I'm probably forgetting something, but it's not coming to mind, so guess I'm just stalling for 7 minutes. Who have we got in chat? We've got Van Flair so far. Oh Hey Look. Sean Cedar is in the Discord. Right, categories. Yes, so we're doing Gay Beer or ROH. So basically from the first show to... what have I got written down? Because I don't remember exactly what I've counted as the end. Yeah, the first show to Ring of Homicide 2, as I'm counting the end of Gabe's run. I think that's right. So that's going to be the first round. Then we've got a TNA round. We've got a WrestleManias round. And we've got a Tokyo Dome shows round. Gone a bit early on my preamble here. I've run out of things to fill the time with. Well, there's a few more people watching now already compared to when I first went over it, so I'll just go over it again briefly. If you want to participate, get in the Discord. There's a link below this stream. Click on the icon, you get an invite. You'll go through it on the app and all of that thing. From there, I'll be able to... Wow, I'm on TVs. That's very special. Makes me feel great. Thank you, John. I really need to get better at reading the chat and not completely throwing off my train of thought, because at the moment, every single time I read it, gone from where I was at. What was I saying? Ah, yes, participation. I'll throw a question out into the chat. I'll designate which one it is. That'll be a crowd call. Whoever answers it correctly first gets to come in on the show. They'll move into the voice call. They'll get to answer 10 questions. That will mean they get put up on the leaderboard, which is there, over on that side. And from there, top 2 performers will get to move on. Either first place goes to the semi-final, second place goes over to the Battle Royal. Now, for these crowd calls, that reminds me, I need to get my preview message copied and pasted. But basically, I don't need you to have like a fancy mic or anything, but I do need you, if you're going to be coming on the show, I'm going to need you to have some headphones, otherwise we're going to get a lot of echo, and I'm going to need you to have some way of communicating with me audibly. So even if that is just like your laptop's built-in mic, that'll be fine. But obviously, I do need to be able to hear you. And also, you have to be willing to come on. But I'll for every other question, it's fine for you to just answer in chat. But for that one specifically, I'm going to need you to only answer if you actually want to come on and are able to be able to come on the show. Where is my message? I have it saved somewhere. Here we go. Oh, and that reminds me. Last week, I put out some horrible misinformation. I told somebody that... Well, I told all of you that Roppongi 3K had not defended their titles successfully before their most recent reign. That was not true. Of course, they defended against Shingo and Bushi, I think it was. Somehow I screwed up that research, so ignore that. But the person who was it, Liam, won that round. I gave him the point for that question. Technically, he shouldn't have got the point, but he still won by miles anyway, so it didn't really make a difference, but just to correct that. Okay. What are we looking at? 2 minutes to go. No Gato move category this time, partially because I know nothing about it, so would not be able to write the quiz very well, but we'll see. We'll see. I may, in the future, start getting some guest quiz masters on to write me quizzes, especially for Lucha, because I know nothing about Lucha, and that's such a large part of wrestling that it's something I really should have as a part of the quiz. But while I could like trawl through Cage Match and make a quiz, it would probably be full with errors just because I don't know anything about Lucha, and also a Cage Match quiz is not going to be the most interesting of quizzes to watch and to participate in. Garrett is not here to clean up TNA because he did write a lot of this quiz for the TNA section. I did check with him beforehand that he wouldn't actually be watching this week's, hence I got him. Otherwise, although to be honest, he knows so much about TNA that even if I'd have written the questions, he'd still probably do just as well as if he'd written the questions, so yeah. In terms of coming on the show, I'm going to rule that if you came first, you can't come through again. So, initially, sorry, Liam, just because, you know, it wouldn't make any sense for you to win 2 weeks in a row and then you'd be facing yourself in the semi-final. If you are second, you can come on again and try and get first. And then I'll figure something out for the way the Battle Royal will work. It is more or less past now, so I will send out a quick tweet, and then we will begin. There we go, some royalty-free music that I stole from WXW. So, quiz time. If you're just tuning in now, welcome to the world's hardest Quiz Determination League, also known as the Real World Quiz League in the West. We are taking place at the B block now, and your first round is going to be Gabe Era ROH. If you want to participate, this first question is going to be a crowd call, so whoever answers it correctly first will be getting to come on the show. There's a disclaimer in the Discord for the rules of if you actually want to. Let's ask the question. Again, first person gets it right gets to come on the show and answer 10 questions about Ring of Honor and see where they stack up on the leaderboard. Okay, so this is going to be a picture question, and I will just say sometimes Twitch can get a bit out of sync for different people, so if you do want to participate in a question like this, it might be worth refreshing the browser before the question goes, just so that you basically get as up-to-date a question as possible, because again, it's whoever comes on first. And to answer the question in the chat, no coming on 2 times in the show, but you can come on multiple different shows. Right, so, picture question. Ring of Honor. Here's my very, very fancy Ring of Honor page. Right, these two guys. I'm not going to say their names because that's part of the question. But which ROH show title links these two wrestlers from Gabe's tenure? Again, which ROH show title links these two wrestlers from Gabe's tenure? This is where I stall and wait for the answers due to the delay. Oh, we have ourselves a winner. It is indeed the Night of the Butcher, as we have Abdullah the Butcher and the Necro Butcher. Now, the first person to answer that correctly in the chat was Andrew Rich, the person known in the Voices of Wrestling Slack as the Robot, simply because he always has the correct answer pretty rapidly for whatever question might be needed. It might be that he has access to Google, but he is a very good Googler. So, Andrew, congratulations. If you could join the Voices of Wrestling Quiz Night hold section, and we'll have you on the show. Bleep bloop indeed. No worries. This is where, if I was a better Twitch streamer, I'd be good at stalling, but I don't have anything prepared. So, yeah. Also, congratulations to... Shit, I've lost it in the chat now. Also, congratulations to Sean Seedor, who was beaten by mere seconds for the correct answer, but the AI does win. Let's see. Okay. Computer is struggling to connect to a Discord voice chat, which is not a great sign. Huh. Is my entire Discord frozen? This is not ideal. My Discord has indeed frozen. Bear with me. Apologies. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Just... Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Robin.
How you doing? How you doing this fine night?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Minor nightmare there with Discord freezing up as I go. Oh shit, this is not going to work at all. But it seems to have solved up. How's your Ring of Honor knowledge?
It's okay, I guess. I may be the AI of Voices of Wrestling, but I am fully prepared to bomb horribly if need be on this edition of the wonderful VOW quiz. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see. Right. First question. The Hangman 3 was an ROH stable towards the end of Gabe's tenure. Over their history, they actually had four members, as opposed to the three you might imagine due to their title. Can you name three of them? So you get three guesses. Any of them wrong, you don't get the point. Three of them right, obviously you do.
Okay. Adam Pierce,
He was indeed.
Jigsaw, Jigsaw.
Ooh, don't have him down. I don't have him down.
Be a different one. Ruckus.
No, I think this might be the Vulture Squad you're describing here. Unfortunately,
That's right.
not the most memorable of stables either of them, but
Oh,
yeah, we have defeated the AI, ladies and gentlemen. Uh,
yeah, right.
So the other names I've got down are B.J. Whitmer, Brent Albright, or Brent Albright, depending on if
All
you're
right.
reading a poster, and Shane Hagedorn. So,
That's right.
okay, question two. Can we get you on the board? Over Gabe's tenure in Ring of Honor, he held two events titled War of the Wire, main evented by no rope barbed wire matches. What were those two matches?
So one of them, I believe, was B.J. Whitmer versus the Necro Butcher.
It was indeed. I think that was 2006.
Or one. Going to guess, just for the sake of it, Homicide versus Colt Cabana. Why not? Whatever.
Ooh. So it was Homicide, but it wasn't Colt Cabana. It
Ah,
was it was Steve Carino. I think that was
all right.
maybe 2003 or 2004. It was a little earlier than the other one. So since you got three of the four, I'm going to give you a half mark for that. So
Hey, I got something at
you're
least.
kind of on the board. You're kind of on the board. Okay, number three. And this one might play into your area of expertise of wrestling music, as during the original run from 2004 to 2006, Prince Nana's The Embassy stable was a fabulous part of Ring of Honor. When coming out as a group, they typically used an instrumental version of which song? And to clarify, I don't mean the Jimmy Raves theme that he used at the time or Alex Shelley's theme. Um, this is kind of the group theme that they came out to.
It's not Jimmy Raves or Alex Shelley's. Instrumental. Bu- 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 of Diamonds from Sierra Leone. That's probably the wrong answer,
So
right?
that's the one I've got down as Alex Shelley's instrumental
Right.
theme. They did, I think maybe they did come out to it once or twice, but it was kind of like an Alex Shelley led team. So they used this singles theme. The one I'm going for was uh, "Drugs" by Lil Kim, which they came out quite a lot during Abyss's time in the group. So that's enough of playing that. Andrew, you probably can't hear that, so that would have been quite confusing. But yes, I did play a little snippet of that there. Question four. In the mid 2003, the two big heel stables of the time had a loser must disband six-man tag match. Can you name all six guys?
Two biggest field factions of 2003. And it wasn't Generation Next, obviously. That was the next year. I'm gonna say Dixie, and Angel Dust. Just throwing those out there.
They were indeed
And
Special K members.
yes, um, they're one. I know. Was he still around in '03? I think they were. I'm gonna go with uh, Daniels, Christopher Daniels,
Hmm.
uh, Evan Morgan, and Dan Maff.
Okay, so you got 2 out of 6, so unfortunately that's no points. Oh no, 3 out of 6. You got the Prophecy team right.
Oh, goody.
But it was against the unnamed group of Steve Corino's faction of C.W. Anderson, Michael Shane, and Samoa Joe. All 3 of them very much equal Ring of Honor legends. So I think I'm going to give you another half point for there. So you're up to 1. You're up to 1.
I told you I would bomb.
Yeah.
Listen.
You set expectations well at the beginning. So yeah, that was the Prophecy won that match. I think Dan Maff might have pinned Samoa Joe. And then that led to the group disbanding. And that basically happened because it was meant to be a far more drawn out feud, but Steve Corino got more commitments over in 0-1 and then started showing up less. So he wasn't even able to make his big unit disband match of his own faction, basically. Okay, question 5. Nice, simple, well, simple in concept question at least. Who won the tournament to crown the inaugural Pure Champion?
AJ Styles.
He did indeed. We've got ourselves a full correct
There we
answer.
go.
There we go. This is the comeback. We're back on the road. Okay, so that's up to 2 points now. Question 6. AJ Styles again, and the Amazing Red won the tag team titles together in early 2003 and would go on to hold them for 175 days. However, Amazing Red was actually a replacement for which wrestler who was initially meant to be Styles' partner?
Is it? You there?
Oh, I think either I dropped out or you dropped out because I heard you say "is
Oh,
it" and then nothing after that.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Is it Brian Danielson?
It was not. It was Paul London.
That was my other guess. God damn
Yeah.
it.
Well, the AI is malfunctioning. Questions.
Uh,
Let's see if anyone got that in the chat. I've been neglecting. I'm seeing some not a lot of correct guesses there coming through, so you can feel a bit better about yourself. I'm seeing some Jerry Lynn's, Low Keys, Brian Kendricks. They're all guys who were around at the time, but not correct, unfortunately. Okay, question 7. Counting Ring of Homicide 2 as Gabe's final ROH show, and not including any joint shows or do or dies, how many shows did Ring of Honor run while he was booking?
okay.
Have I
Are
dropped
you
out?
there?
I think either one of us dropped out again.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Would it be possible to ask for the date of that final show by any chance?
I don't have it written down, but I'm pretty sure it was was that 2008? Let me look it up. Ring of Homicide 2. Ring of Homicide 2 was October 2008. If that helps at all.
You're breaking up. What was it? The date? October what?
October 2008.
Literally broke up by saying 2008.
2008.
Okay. Let's see. So
I think I've dropped off again, unfortunately.
all right. Sorry. Am I still here?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Cutting in and out. You still there, Robin?
I am. I didn't hear your answer though, unfortunately.
Um, one, no, and 67.
I just heard 67 there, but I felt like I was missing a.
You broke up. You broke up. I broke up. 167, I said.
167?
Yes.
That is. So I should have clarified beforehand, but for the number-based questions, I do often give a leeway, but I don't tell you what the leeway is ahead of time. That'll be the same for all questions going forward. Simply because, say I've given a leeway of 0 on a certain question, that makes it kind of obvious that it's a small number. So I don't want to give a clue via the leeway. The actual answer for that one was 213. I was giving a leeway of 10. So unfortunately, not correct. Though I'm not sure I'd have fully got that one. You've got the 100th show that takes place in 2006, and I guess in my head I would have roughly guessed that was about halfway through Gabe's tenure, but around 2006 and 2007 they really did run a lot of shows. So
Yeah, because I was going by the like the 2 or 3 a month model.
yeah,
All right, they were doing like the 100 show in 06. Oh, years later,
yeah,
maybe they would have 60 or 70, maybe more of them. But
yeah,
they,
made sense. They must have accelerated a bit. Sean Seedor in the chat guessed 210, which would have gotten the point. So
this would be his category. This
this
would be
would
the
be
one
his.
he'd sweep up. But I'm an idiot, and I took a mistake. Should not have answered that question. My hubris, but whatever.
Okay, question number 8. The original All-Star Extravaganza was the first time an ROH show was main evented by Japanese competitors. Low-Ki and Steve Corino teamed up to face which Puro tag team in said main event?
Main event.
I think one of us dropped out briefly there. I didn't catch your answer.
Oh, I didn't even give it yet.
Oh, sorry. Apologies.
Let me guess. 3. All right. With Minoru Tanaka and Koji Kanemoto. Why not?
What were they called? Junior Stars or something like that?
Junior Stars. Yeah.
That was unfortunately not the correct team, but right kind of era. Team emblem of Masato Tanaka and Shinjiro Atani. Ring of Honor on commentary at the time was really trying to strongly sell it as some Japanese dream match because of, I think at the time, Low-Ki was either in New Japan or Noah, so they were like, big Japanese interpromotional dream match, but yeah, it was a bit of a stretch. Let's see. Someone guessed Atani in the chat, so they got half of it, but I'm not seeing any Tanaka guesses. Okay, question 9. One of Gabe's last shows in charge was the Tokyo Summit. Alongside Nigel McGuinness defending the Ring of Honor World Championship against Jimmy Jacobs, one other belt was defended, although this one unsuccessfully. What belt was it?
The Global Honored Crown Junior Heavyweight Championship.
It was indeed, with
Oh
full
my God.
explanation as well. I was expecting just GHC, but I almost feel like I should give you some bonus points just for throwing in the Honoured Crown. You don't get to hear that name enough. But yes, it was Danielson winning that belt from Yoshinobu Kanemaru in, I don't think it was this, I think whatever you'd call the one before the semi-main event. Just a mid-card match, I guess.
The last.
Yes, well done. That's taken you up to half, 1, 2, 3 points.
Hey, here we go. Not bad, not bad.
And then final question, question 10. One of Ring of Honor's signature feud enders was the Steel Cage Warfare match. How many of them occurred during Gabe's tenure, which again was until Ring of Homicide 2 during October 2008? And to clarify, I'm not including Cage of Death in that, which could kind of be seen as a steel cage warfare match, not counting that one. So how many ignoring that one?
Not counting the scramble cage either, right? With the crazy dives and all.
Correct,
Just
not
the
including that one.
okay. I think there were two, right? Were there two?
Is that an answer or a question?
I'll go for what, two?
It was indeed two. Gen
All
Next
right.
versus the Embassy, and then Ares and the Briscoes versus Age of the Fall. And then there were another two after Gabe's tenure. So you had the sweet and sour one, and then the scum one.
Scum. Yeah.
Yes, that oh so joyous period of Ring of Honor where Matt Hardy and Rhino were your big part of your main event scene. Well, you finished strongly there. Two correct at the end, so that takes you up to 4 out of 10, which would have actually got you second place last week. So hope is
Not
not
bad,
lost.
yeah.
While I add you into the scoreboard, do you have anything you would like to plug?
Yes, I do. I have a podcast, also on the Voices of Wrestling podcast network, called Music of the Mat. It is a wrestling music podcast where I come off a lot smarter there than I do here. That's for sure. And it comes out every other Tuesday or so. The most recent episode dropped actually this past. Of my wares to the people out there. So
You know, I think I've just done something really stupid. I meant to mute myself while I got to get a drink of my drink, and I may have instead left me audible and muted you. So yeah, you may have to do those plugs again.
I have to do that
Sorry,
all
sorry,
over again.
Andrew. Sorry, my bad.
All right, goody gumdrops. All right, so for God's sake, I have a podcast called Music of the Mat. It's a wrestling music podcast, which is available on the Voices of Wrestling podcast network. There, I come off a lot smarter there than I do on here. That's for sure. You can find it on various podcast feeds, wherever you get your podcasts from, pretty much. Comes out every other Tuesday, and a new episode dropped this past Tuesday, actually. Follow me on Twitter at Andrew T. Rich. Follow the podcast on Twitter at Music of the Mat. And I also write occasionally for Voices of Wrestling as well. So you can check out my various writings on voicesofwrestling.com. And yes, that is it for my various wares to plug. All I can do now is hope that no one gets more than 4 points in the next three question groups. So hopefully people bomb a little bit harder than I did, but it wasn't a total bomb, which is good, I guess. So
Yeah, you saved it
we'll see
at
what
the
happens.
end. You saved it at the end. Thanks for coming on, Andrew, and thanks for doing your plugs twice due to my incompetence. Goodbye, I guess.
Yes, goodbye.
How do I remove someone from this? You can remove yourself. There we go. Perfect. Thank you again to Andrew for coming on there. We will now be doing the next round, which is, according to the way my papers are organised, WrestleManias. So I may have told you in the wrong order earlier. Sean Cedar in the chat was doing very well. Really missed out on his calling there. But yeah, 4, a better score than it might first appear. These are hard questions. Okay, do I have it copied? There we go. So, the next question is a crowd call, and the next round is WrestleManias. So, I've put the message in the chat. Again, if you want to participate, you have to be a part of the Discord. You have to be willing to come on the call part of it, basically. And you have to... What else am I missing? You have to have headphones, so we don't get an echo. Cool. First person to answer correctly gets to come on the show. Again, you might want to refresh your stream, and then you'll be as caught up as is possible to give you the best chance of coming on. Okay, as I wait a few seconds to give you a chance if you actually have decided to refresh. So, the question is, Chris Jericho was the first wrestler to win the WWF European Championship at WrestleMania. But who was the last? Again, Chris Jericho was the first wrestler to win the WWF European Championship at WrestleMania. Who was the last person to win said title? This is where I wait tensely while the answers are thrown in. And actually I need a piss, so while I wait for the delay to go, I will just go and take advantage. Very professional as always. Right. Let's see who did well in the quiz and who answered correctly first. Because the answer was Eddie Guerrero beating Test at X7. Sorry. It wasn't an X6 because they used normal numbers then. No, they didn't use normal numbers because X6 would have been 2000. Because that makes sense. Okay, so first person to get the answer correct appears to be Connor. Congratulations. If you are wanting to come on the show, then could you jump into the what's the channel bit called? It is called Voices of Wrestling Quiz Night Hold, and then I'll move you across. The category is WrestleManias, yeah. Okay, so over on the left side of Discord, there's a section that says Voices of Wrestling Quiz Night Hold. Oh, cool, you're in now. I'll just mute you and check you're all good. Hello, you ready to go? Hello, I will. You all ready to go? Okay, you are now live. Hello, Connor. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Let me just change that very quickly. There we go. Right. So, how's your WrestleMania's knowledge?
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. I'm glad it wasn't the Ring of Honor. I'd be far better at WrestleMania.
Ah, you've got yourself the right round then. Andrew Rich will be kicking himself as he does better in this round.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you got a target of 4 to beat initially to claim first spot for tonight so far. Okay, first question. Although it wasn't quite a thing from the very start of the first Rumble, traditionally the Rumble winner would go on to challenge for a world title at WrestleMania. How many times have they gone on to win said title at the WrestleMania, not just in general?
So how many Rumble winners have gone on to win the title?
Yes, at their shot.
At Britain.
Yeah.
Counting.
Pardon?
Is it okay if I do a bit of counting, or is there?
Yeah,
a
yeah,
time
go
limit?
for it. Go. Speak through your process. That's cool.
Okay, sure thing. What, WrestleMania 9, because Yoko won, right? And then he won the title for a brief period, didn't he?
Hey, I can't help you on this one. This is up to you.
Oh, okay. Okay, sure thing. Okay, I'm gonna say WrestleMania 9. WrestleMania 10, I'd say counts. Not WrestleMania 11 because Shawn didn't win. WrestleMania 12, so that's 3. WrestleMania 14, that's 4. WrestleMania not the Royal Rumble before WrestleMania 15, so I'm sticking with 4. Not WrestleMania 16 because Triple H defended it, so still 4. WrestleMania 17, yeah, so that's 5. WrestleMania 18, yeah, that's 19, 7, 28, 21, 9, 22, 10, 23, 11. Jesus, my later WrestleMania knowledge is not that good, so I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to shoot a guess here, and I'm gonna say 22. Let's say that's a rough guess.
Oh, well, the answer, and no one in the chat's got that close, is 19. And I've got it down as a light leeway of 2. So unfortunately, you've just missed out there.
Oh well, what can you do?
So I've got Hogan in 91, Yokozuna in 93, Hart in 94, Michaels in 96, Austin in 98, Austin again in 2001, Triple H in 2002, Lesnar in 2003, Benoit in 2004, Batista in 2005. So they really went for a stretch of it happening almost every year at the beginning of the 2000s.
You know what? I completely forgotten about Hogan.
Mysterio in 2006, Undertaker in 2007, and then nothing till Sheamus in 2012, Cena in 2013, Orton in 2017, and then Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins in 2019, and Charlotte Flair and Drew McIntyre in 2020. So they really upped the numbers very recently. So, question 2. At the first WrestleMania, the longest match of the night was a tag team main event, clocking in at 13 minutes and 37 seconds. But what match had the second longest ring time?
Was it?
I think I may have cut out on your end there, so I didn't get your answer.
Was there a Dream Team match versus not the Dream Team, Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik versus Wyndham and Rotunda? Was that on that show?
You know, my knowledge isn't great. I'm not sure if it was, but it wasn't the second longest match. It was, bizarrely, Brutus Beefcake versus David Sammartino was the second longest match on the first WrestleMania. That incredibly
that
memory
the second
match.
Longest.
Yeah, I'd have never got that one. Not a lot of great in-ring action on that first Mania. Okay, question 3. Shawn Michaels was given the moniker Mr. WrestleMania for his many show-stealing performances, but who was the first man he faced at the grandest stage of them all in a singles match? So not counting any of the Rockers tag matches.
That must have been Tito Santana at WrestleMania 8, right?
It was indeed. You're on the board. There's your first point. Congratulations. I think was he going under El Matador at the time, something like that?
Yeah, there's the El Matador gimmick. Yeah.
Okay, so how's people doing in the chat? So unsurprisingly, somewhat, nobody got the WrestleMania 1 second longest match, because who could?
Who would want to sit through that?
I think it was only like 11 minutes, but like an 11-minute David Sammartino match.
David Sammartino match, yeah.
Yeah.
To think Ricky Steamboat, I think, or Tito Santana was on that card in the opening match, and they gave him like 4 minutes or so.
Okay, so WrestleMania, as I quickly try and work out Roman numerals that I'm very bad at, WrestleMania 14 is treated by many as the start of the Attitude Era, with Steve Austin winning the world title from Shawn Michaels in the main event. Who was on the four-man English broadcast team featuring 2 commentators, an interviewer, and a ring announcer?
Who was the 4-man announce team for that night?
So two commentators, an interviewer, and a ring announcer.
Okay. So King and JR.
That's the 2 commentators.
Sorry, a ring announcer and one other person?
And an interviewer.
Kevin Kelly, maybe was the interviewer?
He was indeed, and you're 1 away from the point now.
How the hell did they ever have an in-ring announcer and commentator? Okay, let me think.
No, he was. Sorry, he wasn't. He wasn't a commentator. That may have got lost in translation. Just who was the ring announcer?
Howard Finkel?
It was indeed. There's the point.
Oh, okay.
2 in a row. 2 in a row. A few people got that in the chat. Well done to John, Liam, Andy. I thought Kevin Kelly might have tripped a few people up, but a lot of people seem to be getting it right. So, question 5. WrestleMania 2000 featured a 4-way main event with each wrestler having a McMahon in their corner. Can you match up the wrestlers and the McMahons for
me? I was hoping this question wouldn't be asked. Okay, let me give it a shot. Okay, so Shane McMahon was with The Big Show.
He was indeed.
Linda McMahon was with Foley.
He was. Or she was. They were.
So who was Vince McMahon aligning himself with that year? Gonna go with Vince with Rock and Shane with... No, hold on. Wait. Wait, think about that. One more second. Vince with The Rock, Shane with Triple H. Shit.
You've kind of lost yourself there because you've gone Shane twice. You've already done Shane with Big Show. So
Shane with Big Show. Shane with Big Show. Foley with Stephanie with Triple H. What am I on about? Yep. Vince with The Rock. Yeah.
There you go. You got it in the end.
I went partially insane there for a second.
Hey, having 4 McMahons in a main event is enough to drive anyone insane, so it's very understandable. Okay, a few people got that in the chat. Well done to John, Andrew. Who else am I missing? John, Andrew. I think Andy got that one as well. Danny got that one. Okay, question 6. WrestleMania 22 sure was a big-time event. How many matches were on the card, not including the pre-show?
Which one? Vince and Shawn. That's 5. There's probably a Divas thing. That's 6. There's gotta be MV. No, fuck. Am I confusing 23 and 22? I am. Okay. Opening tag match: Kane, Big Show, and the cheerleaders. I forget their names. Shawn and Vince. That's 22. Kane and Triple H. Edge and Foley. Oh, the triple threat thing: Kurt, Ray, and Orton's. That's 5. Was MVP and Benoit, was that 22 or 23? Flip. I'm just gonna say 8 matches.
Well, I've given you a leeway of 1 on this one, and unfortunately, you weren't big
Oh,
time
no.
enough for this one because it was 11. It was a long old
Out of
show.
here.
I don't actually
Wow.
have the matches listed, but it's a long one. Okay, so still on 3 points as we move into question 7. Did anyone get that one right? Danny got that right in the chat, I think. A few people guessing 10 and 12, so they'd have got the point. Andy got 11 as well. Some people's WrestleMania knowledge way better than me. I wouldn't have had a clue for that one. Okay, question 7. WrestleMania 26, XXVI, yep, 26, took place in the University of Phoenix Stadium in 2010. Can you name for me every wrestler or team to win a title at said event?
Everyone who won a title at WrestleMania.
Everyone who won a title at WrestleMania 26, yeah.
Okay. Cena won it from Batista because Batista won it the month before.
Mm-hmm.
Edge did not win the title, so he doesn't count. Tag titles, they didn't change hands in the first match. Think of an Intercontinental or a US title match that was on that show.
I can hear the cogs whirring.
I'll turn off Discord.
No, that was a joke. Like, I can hear your brain whirring. Oh, he's shut Discord. So now he's not in the chat. Let me move him back in. There we go.
You there?
Yes,
Sorry.
that was a confusion there. That was a joke on my house, as in I could hear your cogs whirring, as in your brain going.
Yeah, and I, being the dumb shit that I am,
No worries.
Okay, listen, mate. I can't remember for the life of me what the US or the Intercontinental title would have been. All I can remember is Cena won the title for sure. He won the Raw title. There wasn't a US title match or an Intercontinental. I'm nearly certain about it. Was there a Divas title match? Honestly, the only guy that's coming to my mind is Cena.
That your final answer then?
It has to be, yeah.
And it is correct. It was a bit of a trick
Yay.
question there. It's a cruel one. But yes, there were only actually 3 title matches on the card, as you said, with both Y2J and Show Miz retaining. So a title light card, that one. Few people realised what I was doing in the chat and were really egging you on to just submit the answer because they could feel the pain you were going through. Okay, so that's up to 4, so now you're tied with Andrew. Can you get a point out of these last 3 and take top spot?
I'm coming for you, Andrew.
Yeah. Question 8. There have now been 6 Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royals.
Oh,
One wrestler has had the honour of appearing in every single one of them. But who is he?
Okay, well, this is going to have to be a pretty much of an educated guess for me because my modern WrestleMania knowledge is really bad. So I'm just going to say Big Show.
It's unfortunately not Big Show. I'm just going to give a little while to see if anyone can get the answer right in the chat. And we do have a correct answer. It was indeed Heath Slater, and he won't be in the next one.
Get out of here!
He won't be in the
poor
next
Heath
one,
Slater.
unfortunately. But yes, the up till now the king of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal in participation, not in winning them, but it's participation that counts. Okay, well done to Andrew for getting that one right, and Philip. Question 9. Not only does The Undertaker have the most WrestleMania wins with 25, he also has the most total WrestleMania matches with 27. However, who is the wrestler with the most Mania matches while also holding a losing record?
Oh, wow. Okay. So, is number one at WrestleMania?
Pardon?
This person has never won at
No,
WrestleMania.
they've lost more than they've won at WrestleMania.
Oh, okay, right. Do you know the seems to have lost a ton of WrestleMania, so I'm gonna kind of guess and say Big Show again.
It's not Big Show. I think he might be up there because, as you say, I can't remember a lot of wins. But yeah, with 23 matches, Triple H over the last few years, he's lost almost every year, and he's now moved to a losing record. He's had 23 matches. He's only won 10 of them. So
That would have been my last guess.
yeah, because it seemed like he won so often in like mid 2000s onwards, but basically he's lost to every member of the Shield several times now at WrestleMania, and then he's got the Daniel Bryan loss, and then obviously he had quite a few losses early on, so he's 10-13 now. Let's see who got that right in the chat. A few people did, although after the first one, you're always are people just copying the answer, but JRJ did get that one right, as well as Liam, Andy. Danny, Jokey? Is that how you pronounce that one? Who knows? Okay, last question.
Just one more opportunity to beat Rich or Andrew.
Yes. Yeah, we do have a tiebreaker at the end if it comes down to it, but there's still another 2 people to come after you, so you need to get in front. Okay, question 10. Who is the only wrestler to ever successfully cash in the Money in the Bank contract at a WrestleMania?
Seth Rollins.
It is indeed. 5 points, 50%, and the lead for the episode. Congratulations, Connor. What am I putting you down as name-wise?
Oh, just Connor.
Okay, we'll just go Connor.
Or Connor. You can add my second name, Connor Keary, Keary.
Ke. What was after Ke? Sorry.
Keary.
Ary. There we go. Congratulations. Do you have anything to plug?
Sure, real quick. I do a YouTube series called Being Irish in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always tipping away in it. I'm always working on an episode, but they don't get uploaded too regularly. But there is always something I'm working on. So, Being Irish in Ireland on YouTube. Check that out.
Thank you for coming on, Connor.
Well, thank you.
If you could leave the chat thing, because I haven't yet figured out how to boot someone out.
Sure thing.
As I awkwardly update the table, because it is not that intuitive to do on OBS. I think that's right. Okay, so we have ourselves a new leader. Again, Connor, thanks for coming on. Being a great sport. Apologies for absolutely hoodwinking you with my bad dad joke. Andrew Rich is saying you made an enemy for life. Okay, so our now leader of the episode is Connor with 5 points. Next question up is Impact, or TNA. It'll go across both eras. Let me just put this in the chat. We have ourselves a crowd call. Of course, the image features the most important man in all of TNA history. Partially because he's actually got their only thing that's carried over to actual normal person culture with his Scott Steiner math video, and then also, you know, Kurt Angle, Abyss. Less important guys, of course. Before I throw the answers out there on this one, I want to thank Garrett Kidney, who helped me with a lot of these questions. It does mean he can't participate in this one, so I'm watching you, Garrett. But yes, he helped me out on, I think, 10 of these 11 questions, because if I'm honest, yesterday I went, oh shit, I have not finished writing the quiz. Should do that, and he was kind enough to help. So thank you to Garrett. Again, please only participate in this one in the Discord below. There's a link. If you go to the VOW Quiz Night text channel, first person to answer this next question correctly will get to come on the show, like Connor and Andrew have so far. If you want to come on the show, please make sure you have some headphones so we don't get echo, and also some way of actually speaking to me, and that you actually want to come on the show. If you don't want to come on the show, please don't answer this question. All of the questions, fine. It's just this one, obviously, the first person to answer. The whole point is they come on. Okay, cool. And also, if you want to participate, it might be worth refreshing the stream to make sure you're 100% up to date, and you have the best chance of getting on. Okay, TNA question coming up. Again, Garrett, you can't answer. Okay? Okay. Only one man has won the World Championship, and that's the TNA World Championship, or the NWA, I think I'm counting. But no, let's just keep it simple. TNA World Championship in their first official match as part of the Impact/TNA roster. Who was it? Okay, keeping an eye on the chat. Do I pronounce it as Steiner? Steiner. If I said Steiner, then it's because I can't speak very well. Lots of people typing. Seeing Shamrock, I'm seeing Sting. Right, everyone who's guessed Shamrock, I'm allowed to guess again, because I kind of screwed up at the beginning by saying it could be NWA or TNA. Just the TNA Championship, not the NWA one. It's my fault. No correct answers yet. Still none. May have to move on to a second round of guesses if everyone's guessed once so far. Garrett, you've made this question too hard. No one's got it. Okay, so the clue is it's more recent than a lot of the things you're guessing. So I'm gonna get. So everyone can guess again now. I'm just gonna go free for all. Whoever gets the right answer first, which may lead to people just randomly guessing Impact champions. But yes, I may have picked the hardest one for the crowd call. You're right, Garrett. This may be my bad as well. Still no right answers. It's not Aries, it's not EC3, it's not Hardy, either of them. Or at least, I trust Garrett that it's not. A lot of these guys had matches while the NWA title was still around, so they'd be kind of disqualified because they've already been part of the Impact roster before having a chance to wrestle for the TNA World Championship. It's not Aries, it's not Moose. It's not Moose. It's not Foley. I may have made this too tricky. Ah, we have ourselves a winner. It was indeed Penta. L0M. Pentagon Jr. So, congratulations to I don't know how I'm saying this. Is it Jokey? Joycey? Joycey? Who knows? You can correct me when you're actually on the call, which you will be shortly. So, could you please join Voices of Wrestling Quiz Night Hold section voice section thing on the Discord, and I will pull you into the chat. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hey, Robin, how are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. Was a bit worried there that no one was ever going to get it, but you know, there's only so many Impact champions. How am I pronouncing your name?
You can call me Adam.
Adam.
It's
I can
fine.
do Adam. How's the username meant to be pronounced for future reference?
Joyce. Adam Joyce is my
Joyce.
surname.
Got it. Got it. That's a lot easier than I made it sound, but I'm good at making things sound difficult. How's your TNA knowledge in general?
Well, if I was up against someone else other than my own brain in this category, maybe I would say this is my advantage, but because it's up against nobody else but myself, I might be in trouble.
Well, let's find out. Let's find out. We've got a wide range of questions here from Garrett, ranging all the way from the beginning of Impact, or the beginning of TNA as it was, or NWA TNA, I guess, all the way up to almost the present day. So it's a wide category. Okay, first question. Rhino defeated Jeff Jarrett to become the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion at Bound for Glory 2005. But who was Jeff Jarrett originally scheduled to wrestle on that show?
I actually do know this because I watched the Impact previously, quite recently. It was Kevin Nash.
It was indeed off to a flying start. Let's see. I think everyone's a bit behind. But yeah, Andrew Rich is straight in there with a correct answer. He's kicking himself for getting on the Ring of Honor version of the round. Okay.
I believe he said this was a Nash staph infection.
Yes, that
Excuse,
rings a
or
bell.
maybe not.
That rings a bell. So you're on the ball there. So question 2. Can you name... Oh, sorry. What am I writing? That seems very difficult. But, you know, Garrett wrote the questions. Can you name 3 people who appeared in TNA or Impact who have also appeared on the reality TV show Survivor? That seems too hard to me, so I'm going to drop it to... I'm going to drop it to... If you can get 2, you get the point. If you get 1, you get half a point.
Okay. I've never seen Survivor.
Neither have I. But yeah, I've been able to get one of these, I think.
The one I think one of them was Johnny Fairplay,
Was indeed.
and I think Johnny Impact was on it as well.
He was indeed. That's the one I'd have got. So you've got the point after I've made the question a bit easier because, geez, that's hard. Or maybe it's easy for people who've seen Survivor and then very difficult for people who haven't, which, you know, since by the accent, I think I can tell you probably haven't. We're good. Okay, 2 out of 2. Great start. Question 3. In July 2008, Karen Angle began a recurring talk show segment on Impact. What was it called?
I believe it was called Karen's Angle.
It was indeed. One of those where when you know the answer, it seems very easy and very guessable.
Yeah.
But if you didn't know it, you'd be kicking yourself when you actually heard it. Let's see. Who's got the right answer in the comments?
It's more believable than Karen's Jarrett, I guess.
Yes, Karen's Jarrett wouldn't quite have the same ring. You're quite right. Okay, people are getting this. Okay, 3 out of 3. You're already just a point away from getting top 2. Okay, question 4. Introduced in 2003, the Ultimate X match has taken place 43 times. Who has both competed in as well as won the most Ultimate X matches?
Oh, 43. Wow. There's two names that come to mind. So is this sorry, is it the same person has competed in
Yes.
the
Yes.
most and one?
They hold both records. Yes.
Oh wow, okay. So I'm stuck between two. I'll tell you the two I'm stuck between. I
Mhm.
think I'm stuck between Chris Sabin and Chris Daniels. I'm gonna say Chris Sabin.
You've plumped for the right one. 4 out of 4.
Yes.
Maybe I should regret making the Survivor one easier because you're on a roll so far. Okay, a few people in the comments got that one. Garrett's saying that he's skewed the questions easier than me, so
Nice.
you know he's mocking your Impact knowledge.
Thank you, Gary.
Question 5. The January 4th, 2010 episode of Impact was famous for the debut of Hulk Hogan while going head-to-head with Raw. But what was the main event of that episode?
The main event of that episode was Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles.
It was indeed. 5 out of 5. You've already got the lead. Let's see. Who's getting that right in the chat? So you're answering so quickly. You're right on the ball that no one's getting a chance to answer.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Connor and Sean are getting that one right in the chat. Nothing to apologise for knowing the answer. How dare you? How dare you? Okay, question 6. In April 2016, Matt Hardy became broken, all caps, after Jeff Hardy hit him with a swanton bomb from the top of the Impact Zone. What was the stipulation of the match in which this happened?
Okay, that one I don't know.
Well, hey, we've got him. We've got him.
I will have a bit of a punt on kind of hopefully it was sort of a generic hardcore-y kind of match. I'll say Falls Count Anywhere.
Oh, you're along the right lines, but it was I Quit, apparently.
Okay.
But if it makes you feel any better, there's a lot of wrong guesses in the chat.
Okay.
So you're not alone in not knowing that one. So we've got him. We've stopped his correct answer streak. Question 7. Between the NWA and TNA World Tag Team Championships, James Storm was World Tag Team Champion with 5 different partners. Can you name them all? So if you get 5, you get the point. If you can only get 4 of them, you get half a point.
Chris Harris.
He was indeed. America's Most Wanted.
Bobby Roode.
Beer Money Inc. sometimes.
Gunner.
That's free.
Okay, now we struggle. So I believe at one stage he won the title with a member of Triple X. And I think it was Elix Skipper.
It was not Elix Skipper.
Ah, damn it.
You have one more guess.
Oh, I can still guess another one. Okay.
But maybe I shouldn't have answered that one. I'm going to ban you from guessing the other member of Triple X.
Okay.
Because that would kind of narrow it down a bit too easily, and you're doing too well, so I'll handicap you a little. So he did win it with Christopher Daniels, but that one's off the board.
No problem.
One more guess.
Okay.
I've just seen someone in the chat say they thought Gunner was Chris Harris. No, not the same person.
I'm trying to. He had like a run where he had a stable. So I'm gonna guess when I can't remember the name of the stable. I remember Manic was in it, so I'll say Manic.
I think that's the right lines, but it was Abyss. I don't remember. Was it the Revolution or something?
That's it, yeah.
I vaguely remember that, although I wouldn't have been able to get the. I only get that after seeing the answer. I wouldn't have been able to not reverse engineer it. So, just the 3 out of 5. So you've reached the halfway point. It's all gone wrong. You may get stuck on 5. Connor's
Fall into pieces.
got his fingers crossed here. So, question 8. I did say it was Abyss. Yeah, I did say it was Abyss. Okay, we're good. On June the 19th, 2002, TNA held their first ever show. But what US state did it take place in?
Here comes the problem where I'm Irish and
Yeah. See, this is probably one that for Americans it would be the easiest of questions, and I'd have been like, "Ooh, I think I know the vague area, but maybe not the state."
I will say Nashville.
I think Nashville's a city. Don't quote me on that. But
Oh, Tennessee. Sorry.
the correct answer, as Garrett has told me, is Alabama. So,
Okay.
but Nashville is in Tennessee. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure on that one. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah. Okay. The split in the chat does very much seem to be the Americans get this one and laugh at how easy it is, and everyone else is like, they're all going, "Ah, well, Nashville, that's Tennessee, right?" Well, apparently it wasn't Nashville. Okay, so still stuck on 5. 2 questions to go. You need one of these.
Damn.
This one's a leeway question. TNA started life off in the form of weekly pay-per-views, but how many of them did they do? So that's just the weekly ones, not any of the monthly ones that followed. So the kind of unnamed TNA wrestling number shows.
Okay. So TNA started in June 2002. This is me with a pen doing some maths. The first pay-per-view, 3-hour pay-per-view, was September 2004. But I think they stopped a month or two before that. Okay.
Now comes the math of counting weeks.
Yeah. Thankfully, those dates are pretty close together. I will say 108.
Well, I've given you a leeway of 10 here, so you've got the range of, what would that be, 98 or 99? Who knows? Let's say 98. 98 up to 118. So you are correct. It's 114 weekly pay-per-views they did. So there we go. You've triumphed in maths and you've taken the lead. But can you get up to 7?
I needed a pen for.
Yeah. One last question. Well, you're in the lead, but there's still another person to go, so you might need to extend it out, depending on how they do on the Tokyo Dome questions. Okay, so question 10. Bound for Glory is TNA/Impact's marquee event of the year, but who has main evented it the most number of times?
So I think there's 2 ways of going with this.
Yeah, you got a bunch of kind of distinct eras, don't you?
Yeah, so the first 2 are like predominantly like Jeff Jarrett and Sting.
Wow.
But recently is like Johnny Impact's done a good few. Sami Callihan's done a few, I think. I think I'll stick with Sting.
You would be correct to do so. I would have definitely gone for Jarrett there, but you are correct. He has main evented 4 times, according to my notes. More than anyone else. I would have easily guessed Jarrett had done at least 4, but apparently not. So, congratulations. With 7 points, you take the lead. Do you have...
Yay.
Congratulations. Do you have anything to plug while I'm updating the leaderboard?
No, my Twitter is AdamJoyce88. I occasionally just post random clips and Football Manager screenshots if that's your thing. So that's me.
I mean, in quarantine, Football Manager is a lot of people's thing. So yeah.
Pretty much life at the moment.
Thank you for coming on. If you could leave the chat thingy, because again, I've yet to figure out the technology of how to boot someone out. But again, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Robin. Appreciate it. It's fun to look forward to this the weekend. Thanks, man.
I've got to move 2 things down now, which involves a lot of remembering. Okay, so where are we? Name 3. Andrew Rich. Name 2. No, that's not it. There we go. Name 2. Connor Curry. Name 1. This is where I panic as I go, what was his name? Adam Joyce. There we go. And he got, let me just double check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 wrong, and then 6, 7. Okay. So. 4, 5, and into the lead. 7. Thank you for coming on, Adam. Well done to the people in chat who were getting lots of right answers. We move on to our final round to see if anyone can displace, as I cough, anyone can displace Adam at the top or even sneak into second and get themselves entrance into the Battle Royal, which will be taking place either 2 weeks or 3 weeks from now, depending on how I end up sorting things out. Tokyo Dome time. There we go. Beautiful Tokyo Dome. I really hope that is the Tokyo Dome. I just did a Google image search. Never been there. Probably is. It looks like an egg. They would describe it as an egg, right? Okay, so again, let me just stick that message in chat. This whole round is going to be about various Japanese wrestling shows that have taken place at the Tokyo Dome. Not just New Japan's, but, you know, a lot of them were New Japan. What was I going to say? Oh yes, if you want to participate in the Discord, refresh the channel. First right answer comes on the show. Cool. Can confirm that is the Tokyo Dome. Boom. I know what I'm talking about. I can Google. Yeah. As I melt to shuffle my notes. Okay. Have I posted that message in the chat? Okay. The roller coaster apparently rules. Important information. And the question is, the Tokyo Dome is best known in Puro. I never know how to pronounce Puro. I feel like I'm always doing it wrong. The Tokyo Dome is best known in Puro for hosting New Japan's January 4th shows. But in 2004, Pro Wrestling Noah also ran it. What was that show's title? Again, the Tokyo Dome is the best known in Puro for hosting New Japan's January 4th shows. But in 2004, Pro Wrestling Noah also ran it. What was the show's title? Lots of people typing. John Carroll. First answer. First right answer. We have ourselves a winner. A person who has a lot of Japanese wrestling knowledge. If you could, if you will, join. Oh, someone's typed Misawa's going to die in the ring. That's sad. I hope he doesn't. That'd be sad. Where was I? Yes, if you could join the voice channel in the Discord and stick some headphones in, that'd be great. I can have you on, and we can see how well you do know your Tokyo Dome wrestling shows.
Hey, let me just make sure my mic is working. Can you hear me?
I can indeed. Hello. How you doing?
Good. I'm on my. Hopefully, I'm on my headphones and not just on my phone. But all right, what's up?
Yeah, you sound alright. You sound alright. We good. I would ask you how your Japanese wrestling knowledge is, but I know it's pretty good. So
I was like really worried. When you said that question, I was like, I'm almost 100% sure it's Departure. But what if Departure's the 05 one? It's like, oh fuck! But you know, I just barely beat out somebody, so
yeah,
I had to just go with it.
They didn't make it easy. They ran 2 next to each other. Like, oh, they typically made these quizzes hard. How dare they?
Yeah.
Okay, first question. Where's my pen? Here it is. Pro Wrestling Fujiwara Gumi, which I may be butchering the pronunciation of, because it's something I've never heard said out loud before.
No, that was pretty good.
Okay, there we go. Pro Wrestling Fujiwara Gumi ran the Dome in 1992 with a show that shared a name with a tag team who participated on the debut Wrestle 1 show. What was said name?
Desperados?
No.
That's a guess.
It's a tricky question.
Yeah.
It is Stack of Arms,
Oh, fuck.
which
I
was...
feel stupid already.
Who was that? Was that Funaki and Kono? Something like that in Wrestle 1. Okay, so question 1 down. Did anyone get that one? Right. This is a question for Andy in the chat. Let's see if Andy gets it. We'll pause the quiz for him to answer, unless he's already headed off. Okay, Gerard got that one right. So, question 2. The Weekly Pro Wrestling magazine hosted an interpromotional supercard from the Tokyo Dome in 1995 titled The Bridge of Dreams. The main event was a singles match between 2 wrestlers. Who were they?
95 singles match. I'm trying to think of like which promotion got the spot, because if I remember correctly, all the promotions got basically had offer matches.
Yeah, it's not easy to narrow down.
Yeah, I think it was New Japan, because I think All Japan was like a tag. And now I'm trying to think of who the fuck would have been in this main event in 95. I'm not really coming up with it, so I'm just going to guess Riki Choshu and Tatsumi Fujinami.
And unfortunately, wrong on both accounts. It was Shinya Hashimoto beating Masahiro Chono in a match that was if you believe the legend, the match was so bad that New Japan, who had rights to air the show, decided not to air the Tokyo Dome show because it was so bad and they embarrassed themselves in front of other promotions.
Much like I'm embarrassing myself here. Over 2.
It's time for a heroic comeback. Heroic babyface comeback. Okay. And to make you feel even worse, there's a fair few people in the chat who got that one right. So, just to rub it in a little. Okay. Question 3. In 1995, New Japan hosted an October Tokyo Dome show in conjunction with which other Puro company?
95. They hosted it in conjunction. I mean, this was not the All Japan show. So it was in the early 90s. I'm going to say this is UWFI, right?
It is indeed. You're on the board.
Okay. There we go.
Here we go. The roll starts now. First place still attainable. I'm seeing a shout for Big Japan. It wasn't Big Japan. It wasn't SWS.
Actually, Big Japan was my first fucking thought too, because they did do like a New Japan versus Big Japan Tokyo Dome. But in my head, I was like, that had to be at least like a few years later. I think that was like 99.
Yeah, because
I almost said Big Japan, so I'm glad I didn't.
Big Japan's one of those promotions that like it. My first instinct is that like, well, surely they haven't been around that long, but they've been around. Them and DDT have just been around forever.
Yeah, Big Japan's like mid 90s, I think. So they were definitely. I think that's when they started. So.
Gerard got that one right in the chat, but a lot of wrong answers. So they may have beat you on the earlier questions, but you're rolling now. Okay, question 4. The Tokyo Dome show titled. Oh God, now I've got to pronounce a Japanese word that I've never heard said before. Okay, so Doumu, Doumu, maybe
Domu.
Dome. That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. Yeah. Domu Superwoman Great War, and main evented by Akira Hakuto. Hakuto? Yeah. Okay, there we go. There we go. Defeating Asha Kong.
Whatever.
Is better. Defeating Asha Kong is better known in the West by what other name?
Oh God, this should be obvious, but I think it's just called Big Egg.
That's like half of it.
Big Egg. Oh, it's on the fucking tip of my tongue. What the hell is it? Is it like Big Egg Women's Festival and Big Egg or something? I can't get...
I'm gonna give you half a point. It's
Okay.
Big Egg Wrestling Universe or just Big Egg Universe.
Okay.
So you know,
All right.
1.5 points. There we go. First place still attainable, but it's only just now. Okay, question 5. Long before it became Wrestle Kingdom, New Japan had a tradition of January 4th dome shows. But what was the first January 4th show that New Japan was involved in taking place at the Tokyo Dome? Like what?
What's the name?
Yes.
Was it Battle Universe?
See, you've fallen into a trap there, unfortunately. That was the first one they ran solo. But-
Oh, okay, Starcade. Oh, no, that's too late already.
It's too
All
late,
right,
but
too late.
you,
Yeah, Starcade.
yeah, as I've pointed it out, you've realised or like, what was it? Because it wasn't WCW Starcade. It was like
Yeah.
Starcade in
Starcade
Tokyo
Tokyo
Dome.
Dome.
Yeah, 1991.
Wah, wah, wah.
I haven't got it written down, but I'm pretty sure you were right for like, what was it? 94 was the first one they ran solo, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay. Question 6. Sorry. 2 Gaijins have been involved in 3 Tokyo Dome main events. Can you name one of them?
Sorry, just name a Gaijin who's been in a Tokyo Dome main event.
In 3 Tokyo Dome main events.
Oh. Okay. Not okay. Kenny is not one of them because Kenny only was in 2. I want to say Scott Norton.
I think he's only been in 2 of them, unfortunately.
Ah, fuck.
The 2 answers you could have given were Bob Sapp or Hulk Hogan.
There you go.
2 pillars of work rate. I'm sure they're
Yeah.
all 5-star classics. Okay, question 7. What year was the last year New Japan ran a Tokyo Dome show that wasn't in January?
I think it was 2006.
Fortunately,
Could be off by a year.
Unfortunately, you are off by a year. It was October 2005.
Okay.
It was
Yeah,
main
okay.
evented by Lesnar defeating Vegeta and Chono.
And Chodo, yeah.
Okay, question 8.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point. Anyway, yeah.
This
Out
is
of
for
mind.
pride. It's for pride. Not including joint shows, how many times has All Japan ran the Tokyo Dome?
Twice.
Man, that was a snap answer. But it's not
Yeah.
it's not a correct answer.
Really?
So they ran in.
Oh, the fucking one they ran after the Noah split. My God.
They've actually run
I'm
4.
so- Really? When's the 4th?
So they ran one in 2003
98, 99. Oh, wow.
called Wrestle 1.
Wait, so that was an All Japan show? Oh, okay. I guess so.
Maybe that's slightly debatable, but at minimum it's 3.
Yeah, because
so.
I thought that was an All Japan / Dream Stage show. So maybe that would work out. But you're definitely right that there's at least 3. I forgot all about that really stupid one they ran after the Noah split that did like 10,000 people.
What are you talking about? They announced like 50,000 or something stupid. But just, like some of them people were invisible. Don't discriminate against them. Yeah, you may be right on the Dream Stage. I may have screwed up my but yeah. So you got the
It doesn't matter. I got it.
yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, but for posterity, we've got the 25th anniversary one in 1998, the Baba Memorial in 99, the New Century 2001, and then maybe the Wrestle 1 in 2003. Okay, question 9. I'm being told in the chat that Wrestle 1 should certainly not count, so
Yeah.
the answer is 3. Okay, so out of all their shows at Tokyo Dome across every wrestling company that has... right, I confused myself by typing the wrong there. Okay, so out of all their shows at the Tokyo Dome across every wrestling company that has run there, which wrestler has appeared in the most main events?
out of every Tokyo Dome show, including every company who's done the most main events, right? That's the question.
Correct.
Hmm. I'm trying to count in my head. I think it has to be a New Japan wrestler just because of how many times they ran the Dome.
Would make sense.
And to me, it's either Tanahashi or Hashimoto, I think. I'm going to say Hiroshi Tanahashi. Might be wrong.
You might be, but you're not. Well done. Tanahashi has 11 Tokyo Dome main events, which is...
Right? Do you have like a list or no? I'm just curious where Hashimoto is.
Hashimoto is equal second with 8. He's tied with Muto and Nakamura, both with 8. And then
Okay.
I think Okada's on 7, so he might end up getting there eventually. He's only 4 behind Tanahashi. You'd think, touch wood, if we can start running shows at some point in the relative near future, filling Tokyo Domes, then you'd think Okada would get there. Of course, his numbers inflated a little bit by doing 2 in like 2 days.
Right.
Final question. Let's see who got that right in the chat first. Got a guess of Okada, incorrect. Liam got that one right. Well done to Liam.
Yeah, that was one of those questions where the first thought was Tanahashi, but it's like that almost seemed too obvious. But I guess sometimes the obvious answer is the right answer.
Yeah, because like Hashimoto's kind of got the advantage of when he was on top, they were running it more regularly. But then Tanahashi's just been at the top for so long now, and then obviously, unfortunately, Hashimoto wasn't around that long.
Yeah.
Okay, question 10. Can you name either of the main events from one of the 2 SWS Tokyo Dome shows?
Either of the main events. Was one of them Genricho Tenryu versus Hulk Hogan?
It was indeed. There's the point.
Okay.
And then if you want to have a stab at the other one just for pride.
I don't know. I can't really think of the other one, honestly. I don't think it involved WWF, and I haven't really watched any SWS, but I definitely remembered that one was Tenryu and Hogan.
So the other one was Tenryu and Hogan teaming up to take on the Road Warriors.
Oh, well, there you go. It was a WWF match.
So you have a score of 1, 2, 3, 3.5. So only just last, if that's any consolation.
Big constellation.
While I am updating the scoreboard, I know you have stuff to plug, so plug away.
Yes, Wrestling Omakase. It is a podcast where we have a different co-host every week. Right now, we're doing our 5 matches series. So every week we watch 5 matches. Classic matches. Episode just went up today with me and Brian Quinby from the #1 anarcho comedy podcast, Street Fight, which I think was fun. We talked about Okada and Shibata, Sandman versus Sabu, which was quite the experience. Bunch of other stuff. So check that out. It's at Wrestle Omakase on Twitter because wrestling didn't fit. So there you go.
Thanks for coming on, John.
Thank you. Sorry I sucked.
They're tricky questions. They may have been slightly trickier than the other ones, but
Yeah, if I did Ring of Honor, I would have gotten an 8 out of 10. I should have tried for that one. What are you gonna do?
Just throwing in a burial of Andrew there on the slide.
Yes. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks again for John to coming on there, and congratulations to Adam for taking first place. I do have a tiebreaker, but obviously no one is tied, so just for fun, I will award the great prize of my admiration for the first person who gets this. So it is again a Unmask the Wrestler segment, the Voice of Wrestling Classic. Silver Ant, be warned, we're on to you. What was I? Right, yeah, so the way this one works, I'm going to give a clue out. It's going to narrow it down who the wrestler could be. By the time we get all 3 clues, it will be obvious that it's only one wrestler, but maybe someone's already got it right by then. First clue is, I have held titles in WWE, Ring of Honor, and TNA, but I'm currently signed to All Elite Wrestling. I'll pause for a second while some guesses come in. Is it 1L, John? Oh, 2 R's. Jeez. I'm bad at spelling, sorry. So, sorry. First clue. Held title in WWE, Ring of Honor, TNA. Currently signed to AEW. So, do we have any guesses? Guess of Matt Hardy. I'm not sure he's won a title in Ring of Honor. Has he won a tag title, maybe? It's not the name I'm looking for. Just wait a few more seconds for another guest to come in. Colt Cabana. Ooh. Don't think he won a WWE title. Don't think so. Okay, next clue. My finisher is a form of pile driver. Oh yeah, of course Matt Hardy won a tag title. So Matt Hardy would be correct for the first answer, but not the name I'm looking for. He did win the World Tag Team titles. I was thinking of just the Scum era, but of course he came back as Hardy Bros. During the kind of broken era, didn't he? Won it from the Young Bucks. But again, not the name I'm looking for. The name I'm looking for, his finisher, was a pile driver. And final clue. I first came to prominence in the Global Wrestling Federation. Ah, Connor got the answer right. So not only has he finished second, he also the first person to get it right. I think he might have actually got it right on the second clue due to the delay thing. So well done. As we hit midnight, congratulations to Adam and Connor twice, kind of. Let me update this bracket. Adam, John. So next week we will be doing the C block, and then after that we will either be doing the Voice of Wrestling versus All Stars or the Battle Royale. I'm not sure which, it will depend on people's schedules. But Adam will go into the semi-final too. He won't actually necessarily face Liam McCann. I'll randomise the semi-finals, but it was just easier to do on the diagram, I guess you'd call it. So he has made it through to the semi-final, and then Connor Keary has himself a guaranteed entrance into the Battle Royale, but he can also take place in the C block if he wins the crowd call next week. Thanks for joining, everybody. Always appreciate people playing along. I do it partially because I enjoy writing quizzes, because I'm weird like that. But, you know, if no one was watching and participating, it would be a very, very sad Twitch stream. If you click, I think they've moved it now, so it's below the stream. There's both a follow heart thing that if you click, you'll, I think it works like subscribing to something on YouTube or like following someone on Twitter, kind of. And then there's also a bell that if you click, it will give you notifications, maybe via email. I'm not 100% sure when you go live. So appreciate everyone who does that, partially because I think it helps my Twitch in some way. I don't know how this works. You can probably tell. Yeah, again, thanks for everybody for joining. Follow if you want to be here next week. Probably going to be the same again next week. And yeah, bye guys. I'll be hanging around in the Discord chat for a little bit if you have any questions. But yeah, we're done for the week. Oh, and you can follow me at the Wrestle Quiz